Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
All right, Dana White and Eddie Hearn rips Bob Arum for talking bad about Terence Crawford, saying that he losing money, and the money he lost on Crawford, he could have bought a mansion in Beverly Hills. And even Terence Crawford reposted Eddie Hearn basically saying that, you know, that relationship is done. So let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. You can find that on Crawford's story about Eddie Hearn. Also, you can find Dana White article in Boxing Scene. He said, could you imagine if I would have said that? He said, I'll still be getting killed. Basically, he always ripping Bob Arum. They work for the same company. But he right. He says it's Bob Arum's job to figure out how to pay Crawford. He said, I got a big old inflated roster, the biggest roster we had, you know, we had in history on UFC. He said, I got to figure out how to pay all these dudes, but you don't hear me complaining. He said, you know, Bob Arum signed the deal. Bob Arum should, you know, actually, you know, figure out how to pay him. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, we all know Bob Arum don't really care for black people. Even though Muhammad Ali was pretty much his introductory into boxing, he don't really care about black people. He don't want to promote black people. And I keep telling these fighters, man, don't sign the Bob Arum no more. Look how he treating Terence Crawford. You don't hear him talking about how much money he lost promoting Lomachenko. He lost a lot of money promoting Lomachenko, and that's the God honest truth. I mean, Tom Bentley said he went to the Corolla fight, I think, and he said that it was only like 600 people there. And mostly half those tickets probably was comped or given away. So you don't hear him talking about how much money he lost on Lomachenko, and pretty much he didn't say that to Crawford's face. If that relationship wanted to end it and kind of get some ratings, he should have said we don't need him to his face. He want to say all that behind Terence Crawford back and not to his safe. One thing I can say about it is Bob Arum is a coward. He's a coward talking about we trying to get the Pacquiao fight. That's not even an option. I heard from PBC, it's Mikey and Pacquiao. So at this point, I think he told the Athletics if Crawford, you know, want to do a buyout, let's do a buyout. So shit, go ahead. Not only did you lose your false pound-for-pound king in Lomachenko, which we all know he wasn't no pound-for-pound king, but now you're going to lose Terence Crawford. You talking about Teofimo Lopez. Like, dude, T.O. did not win that fight from Lomachenko in spectacular fashion. T.O. may never make it to the level that Crawford is going to make it to. You know, but, you know, he says promote himself like Shakur or like Crawford. I mean, like Shakur, like Teofimo Lopez or like Floyd did. My whole thing is this. Your job is to promote. Your job is to go out there and market Crawford, promote Crawford fight. This is the first week they promoted a Crawford fight. The reason why the Benavidez fight did more views than any other Crawford fight is because he threw that punch at him before the weigh-in, and also they had the beef at the gym. And they had some beef leading up to it. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, Dana White is 100% right. See, Dana White is 100% right. Like, that's your job. That's your problem. You signed the deal. You got to market this dude. You got to promote this dude. You got to get this dude into Gatorade, Powerade commercials. That's your job to do that, to make that dude synonymous with some of the biggest brands. And promotional companies don't do that no more. You know, it's be able to get these fighters right guard commercials and popcorn commercials and sports drinks commercials, and these dudes don't do their job no more. And Dana White is right. Anytime you get a chance to rip Bob Arum, I ain't mad at him. Bob Arum talking about the money that I lost. You signed a deal. If you didn't want to keep the guy, let the guy walk. You know, even though Al Heyman don't talk, you don't hear Al Heyman complaining about paying these fighters. If the money get too rich for him, he put that stuff on pay-per-view. You know, Bob Arum is 100%. Dana White is 100% right once again. You signed a deal, you abide by the deal, but this dude Bob Arum is openly saying that he wants this dude to buy himself out his contract. You know, and Crawford, you know, basically reposted that the relationship is done, you know, what Eddie Hearn said. Because he'd be an idiot to go to Eddie Hearn. Unless Eddie Hearn gonna pay him $10 million a fight, he'd be an idiot. That whole thing about reposting what Eddie Hearn said is simply because that relationship is over. Crawford probably never fight on Top Rank again. If he do, it's probably gonna be one more time, then a buyout. But if Bob losing so much money, why do he have to pay you money back to buy himself out of his contract? That's my whole thing. Just release him. If he ain't a star, you losing money. Let's go see what Al Heyman can do with him. Al Heyman losing money messing with him. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. You know, he reposted that thing when Eddie Hearn said this relationship is over with. I believe the relationship between him and Bob is over with. You know, at the end of the day, you get all this money to Tyson Fury. Just peep this out. Give me a minute. Nick be hurting. He give all this money to Tyson Fury, right? Is he complaining about how he lost with Tyson Fury with Uchi Wally and who else? Tom Schwartz. He lost money with those fights. They talking about the gate only sold what 1,900 tickets, and this is before the pandemic, whatever it was. They wasn't even selling that. They was giving those tickets away, man. That dude was fighting on ESPN Plus. Wasn't nobody watching Tyson Fury. But did you hear him complaining about losing money on Tyson Fury? Look, they don't even have the money to do Fury fight December 5th. Do you hear him throwing Fury under the table? No, Bob Arum is a racist. He don't mind losing money on white people or Mexican fighters. He just don't want to lose no money on black fighters. And you a fool if you go over there. If you go over there, they got to be your only option. You know, the two worst places for black fighters is Golden Boy. That's the worst place in Top Rank. Because Bob Arum don't got no problem ripping no black fighters. You don't hear him really rip them white fighters like that. You don't hear it. He lost more money on Lomachenko and Fury than he did with Crawford. And now they might have to come back to the table and make the Deontay Wilder fight. Because they ain't no money in Tyson Fury. He can't go out there and draw huge television ratings here or in the UK like AJ can in the UK. So they ain't going to want to admit it, but they got to fight that man again. The money too good. How you not have the money to make perhaps the best heavyweight in the fight in the world? You can't just do the fight in the bubble? Bob Arum show ain't never got no money. For a dude that been in boxing for 100,000 years, he showing always talking about he ain't got the money. Oh, we ain't got the money. 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 I ain't losing money. I mean, at the end of the day, what does Bob Arum have to buy? Did anybody alert him to him? He can't take it with him. All the wealth, all the suits, everything that he done. Did somebody tell that old prick that he can't take it with him? He think he could take it with him. Bob, if Top Rank ain't got the money, if Top Rank ain't got $20, $30 million to put up for a fight, just hypothetically, for Crawford and Spence, they can't say, all right, he go 10 apiece, the winner take 5, or the winner take the extra 10. Then that's not a functionable company. Amazon is a real company. He can give $1 billion to his fucking wife and make the $1 billion back the first 3 months of the pandemic. And he can acquire this business. He can do this. He can do that. He can acquire Coming to America too. Like he can acquire all this stuff. And all you gotta have is a $15, $20 Amazon Prime account. That's a business. If Jeff Bezos wanted to say, you know what, I could take $30, $40, $50 million and make this fight happen, he could do it. You telling me Top Rank got $40, $50 million? Ain't got $40, $50 million, $20, $30 million to make this happen. I can see Al Heyman not having it. Just hypothetically, he ain't been in boxing that long. He been advising. He just got his own company in PBC. This dude is walking his dog. I wish I could put this shit on camera. This dude is walking his dog, and it's the second time he came around. On his F-150. He driving the F-150. And he got even the dog is following him. He's a great freaking dog, which I don't put him past him. I don't see no leash. He's walking him. I wish I could flip this camera around. This app one. He's walking him through the truck window while the truck is moving. I bullshit you not. I wish I could put this shit on camera. I can't. And this dog is getting it. He's keeping up with it. He going like what? A couple miles an hour. He's just letting the truck do the job, maybe barely pressing the gas. I'm trying to see if it's a leash on this dog. Nope, he just walking next to the truck on his own. I thought he was a homeless dog. Which he a little, and this dog mouth just hanging off. Yeah, pit. Jesus, if you can see this shit, man. Jesus. You see how he rolling? It's a dog right on. You see it? Now y'all can see that dude. He got that dog trained. That dog getting it too. I think it might be time for some water though for old Cujo. Yeah, I guess I gotta try that shit. I can't try that with Mason. He's so little. I can do it with Miles, but that's crazy though. But continue on, man. I think Crawford reposting. I think that relationship over. I think he gonna figure out a way to buy himself out the contract. Word on these streets, they told me that he spoke to Al about buying himself out, and if that's the case, the fight that people want to see. Errol Spence looked like he did, and he could stop Danny Garcia, beat him good. That's the fight people want to see, Keep people watching fight Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. People want to see those fights, but at the end of the day, he's 33 years old. He's a guy who didn't have a huge promoter. He didn't have a big promoter to begin with, so he lost a lot of time. So, unfortunately, man, they just can't make fights together. They can make Wilder and Fury because of quote unquote that wasn't even a big fight. That was a bigger fight international. You put Errol Spence and Crawford in the ring together. You can do that 2 or 3 times. I'm telling you, it's gonna do 1 million pay-per-views. Probably not with the pandemic. It's probably do 1 million in the pandemic, but it won't have a gate. But if this pandemic ends, they do that fight, bro. Do you know? Like, that will be a star-studded event. They like to do that in Atlanta because Vegas don't want black people there. They don't want that abundance of black people there. They had to do that in Atlanta, DC, Dallas. Vegas don't want that fight. I'd be surprised if Vegas take that fight, knowing the amount of black. Man, I will be there. I will go there for the entire week. I will itch it all that an entire week that I will go. I will go to that fight for the entire week, and I will enjoy myself. But hey, I think it's over with. Crawford reposted it. He probably gonna work on a buyout. Bob Hearn talking greasy. They ain't getting a Pacquiao fight. I'll tell you that right now, unless something significantly changed. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. All my social media links in the description. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. You can check me out on Sportscastr. My links in the description. Create a profile. It's YouTube for sports, man. I do all my streams on there. So if you ever miss a stream or I can't go live on this channel right now, check me out on Sportscastr. Also, you can check me out on Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. Want to make a financial donation to the channel? Cash App CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Cash App in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Best way to donate, subscribe, bell icon button, share the video. We gone.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at
Right?
no, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't
shit.
looking at him.